Glenn, is it true that you came within a traffic jam of missing the flight to your Test debut?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Obviously, everybody gets called up a different way. Mine was a little bit more entertaining than others, and it certainly gives me a story to tell the kids and the grandkids one day.
And like you played 2 hook shots today. One you were caught off the no ball, and the other went for 6. So just about like hitting that 6 and just how the Test debut went.
I mean, obviously it's a shot in my game plan. The first one wasn't very well executed for obvious reasons. But, talking to Dutchie in the tea break, he was like, you know what, mate, just hit it up. I said, okay, I'll hit it up. So, no, it was obviously a tactic from them to bowl short, and they did it very well. But, yeah, I've just got to keep playing every ball on its merit from the next time forward. And, for a Test debut, other than potentially going on and getting 100, it's not a half bad start.
Glenn, did someone help you not having a long lead into a Test debut? I mean, am I right saying you were surfing and Brett said you get stuck in traffic and you get here and all of a sudden you're playing? I mean, nerves-wise, does that actually make it easier in some ways?
I guess it does a little bit, knowing that it's probably only going to be the one Test match for me at this point in time. So there's no point being too uptight about it. You may as well go out and just do your best, and everything is going to be what it's going to be. So yeah, I guess that helps a lot. And then also we always prepare as if we're going to get called up last minute. So and that's not just myself. Every player in our domestic competition prepares as if he could get called up at any point.
I think I might remember in McCullum, but someone was saying that you sort of mould your batting a bit off Steve Smith. Is that actually true? So can you talk us through that?
It may look more like a coincidence as opposed to anything else. Back in 4-day cricket back home, I used to shuffle across every sort of second or third ball, even though I would stay still, in between them. And over winter, I just struggled to move my feet one day, decided to do it every ball, and things just sort of brought a little bit more rhythm to my technique. Although I did take one thing out of Smudge's technique where, his bat goes way out from his body. And for me personally, that just, when I brought my shoulders back into line, everything came down a bit more central. As opposed to when I personally started with it straight behind me, it would pop out the other side and I'd get into trouble between the gate.
Glenn, just over the last 12 months, you've had a lot more consistent success in 4-day cricket. 700 runs last year, the 100 against England at the end of last year. What's evolved in your game over that time to make the difference?
I think for me it's the game plan side of things. Knowing that if I can refine my game down to a couple of shots and make the bowlers come to me, then I've got a better chance of scoring runs, as opposed to previously when I would just see the ball and hit the ball. Very much a white ball mindset. And obviously that doesn't always work in 4-day cricket or Test match cricket for that matter. There's some select guys that can just do it wherever they are. And unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I've had to really work hard and rein my game in a little bit to be able to succeed at this level.
And how did that experience in the middle against Cummins, Stark, Lyon, Pattinson compare to anything else you've faced in your career?
Pace-wise, it's definitely the most consistent set of 140 plus bowling that I've faced. What's his name now? I'm completely blank. Yeah, there we go. Jofra is definitely quick, but it was only one bowler out an attack of 3 or 4, whereas in each of these guys keep coming back 140, 140, 140. So having that game plan refined down to a tighter margin definitely helped. Obviously, there's plenty of things that I can work on going forward. Now that I've had the experience, I know what I need to do for next time. Learn from it, try and adjust and improve.
We just revisit the Steve Smith angle, but how much have you had to do with him? Have you spoken to him much at all? Have you been in a T20 team with him? I'm trying to think.
Obviously, I've watched him a lot, but in the CPL last year, I had a bit of a chat to him, had a look at his bats. The bats he gets are way different to the ones we get. So, it was a bit of just a sort of a encounter that you just have with any other player. I haven't really had a chance to talk to him properly. It would be awesome. He seems like a pretty cool guy, so I'd love to have a chat to him one day, but for now we're competitors, and that's what it is out on the battlefield.
Obviously, it's been a whirlwind few days. You've come in, you've made your debut, you've then had some success out in the middle at a time when New Zealand's lost a series. Has there sort of been a bit of, I don't know, hard to balance that emotion perhaps in what it is? Or can you give us an idea of what it's like to come into a side when they're in this situation but still have some success yourself?
I mean, the team is actually in pretty good spirits at the moment. We're just trying to work as hard as we can to give Australia the best fight possible. Obviously, coming on their home turf is always going to be tough. A lot of teams around the world struggle against them here. So for us, it's definitely putting our chests out and bringing the fight to them as much as we possibly can. We're not going to back down or we're not going to roll over easily. Or at least that's the intention anyway. So we just need to keep pushing hard. And there's such a great group of boys to be around. Everyone is pumping each other's tires up as much as we can. We all trust each other's games, and obviously everyone skins the cat differently. We all have different game plans, and we just back the fact that the individual knows their role and what they're going to do out in the middle. And that's the team works really well that way.
Glenn dropped twice and caught off a no ball. Did you start to think that perhaps this is the dream that won't end?
Yeah, I guess obviously maybe something in the universe was saying after 50 you got no more chances, mate. So, but I guess it's just been that sort of lucky day, lucky couple of days, and that's just the way cricket goes. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Someone takes a screamer one day and then you're dead stone LBW in a club cricket game the next and you're given not out. So there's obviously things that swing both ways. Today it swung my way. I wish that I could have gone on a little bit longer with that luck, but as I said, one slight mistake and that's all it takes to end your innings at this level.
Glenn, you always hear about like young kids in the IPL, like before they play international cricket, they play in the IPL and gain this whole big ticket experience. Has it helped you playing in the CPL? Like, have you rubbed shoulders with guys who, now you don't feel overawed with?
Yeah, definitely. The CPL has helped big time, especially the crowd side of things, being able to play for the people. And I found it takes the focus away from me and my anxiety if I'm playing for the people to watch. In the end, we're entertainers. And, whether I have a good day or whether I have a bad day, I'm part of that entertainment factor. So I guess coming out there, seeing the crowd, having that sort of hum, it was really enjoyable and an experience that I'll never forget. But playing in a couple of T20s for New Zealand and also in that Caribbean Premier League definitely helped prepare me for something like this.